Unity is a powerful force that brings people together. Join us in spreading the message of one love to the world.
Peace in thy walls,
Master Mike Production,
and prosperity in thy palaces.
Achacha Mason and the family.
Let's listen to each other.
Now I'm on the road to healing, and it's a joyful feeling. No giving up, 'cause Jah is with us. So many lives been taken. Let's just be strong and awaken. No giving up. Go on, live it up. Jah no come tell them.
Well, you can't come stress about the things we can't change. Try my best to do good always, but me don't perfect, me have me bad ways. Jah love keep I and I safe. Memories are there to remain, some of joy and many of pain. Still one thing remains the same, we know we will rise again.
Now where are my thinkers? We need answers. We need to set it right for the youngsters. Cultivate growth in diverse sectors. Focus on issues and matters. So where are my thinkers? We need answers. We need to set it right for the youngsters. Cultivate growth in diverse sectors.
Of course, absolutely. And you know, guys, I'm thinking, listening to the lyrics of this song, we wonder, do we set, Jamison, I see you are on now, do we set our artists, do you think that we set the right standards and role models for our young people who are coming up in communities? Because if we listen to some of the music that has been played on the airwaves, sometimes it kind of encourages the bad behavior, but we're talking now about, being in a place where we can be role models. What do you see yourself as, and what is the call that you would like to make to other artists who are very influential? It's not really their responsibility, but they do have a social responsibility to ensure that the content they put out there, is a positive one, and I can draw the young people into a positive space. So what are your thoughts where that is concerned?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day,
positive. We have more positive music to the forefront. We need to have more positive music playing to give a positive impact. We have to be, part of the solution and not part of the pollution, So, we try to keep it more positive, put our music to the forefront, Yeah, we have to get solution, Yeah, we need that. Yeah, man. Yes,
That's right. So, Jamison, what do you think in terms of an artist, right? Because as I mentioned before, some of them sing songs, produce songs that lure the young people away from positivity. And as an artist, what is your stand? Where do you stand? And the type of music that you create, and the content of the lyrical content of it, and also like community outreach programs in terms of reaching out to young people. What is your position where that is concerned?
well, at the end of the day, to me personally, I think it's a choice, because as an artist or as a role model, whatever message you're sending, someone will receive it. So we have to be careful what kind of message we send. And another brethren from our work unit, as we would say, what I'm saying, is our work partner, or he mentioned that people blame the artists for the energy that they put out there. But then again, it takes a village to raise a child, them way there. So I mean, we are all in this thing together. We don't want to point fingers at people who don't even know how to correct themselves. So it reached a point where we all have to know right from wrong.
That is correct. Having a personal responsibility for ensuring that you make the right choices, and it begins at the home, as I mentioned earlier. It begins at the home, and you rightfully said that it takes.
That's why we say it take a village to raise a child. I mean, I'm not the only one who raised my child. When my child goes to the school, they're interacting with teachers, students, and other people who are around them who are their guardian.
That's right, because
So
I remember as a young girl
yes,
growing
go ahead.
up, when you're walking on the streets, you have to acknowledge people when you're walking by. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good morning, auntie. And if you did not say good morning by the time you get home, your parents would be aware of this. And you will get a good talking to, and you might even get some slaps on your little bottom, because that is the way we came up. And so we're seeing now a shift. We're seeing a shift away from that now. And what do you think is causing that shift away from parents and the village taking the responsibility to raise the child? There are some villages that are doing their very best, but there are some villages that are not doing what we know the village to do. What do you think is responsible for that?
Well, as I said before, is what we digest. You know what I'm saying? And we, as artists, players of instrument, the people feed on us from the words that we project. So we have to make sure the words we project good energy and not bad energy as a result.
That's right. That's right. And gentlemen, I don't know if the community in the village is as strong as it used to be, because now you see people having their own. It's okay to have your own personal goals, your own personal dreams, and want to achieve them. But is it that we have become so focused on our own personal development, our personal achievements, that we have forgotten the village?
Not really, I just see like things and time has changed. Like there are more gadgets for the youth to see things that it's not under parental control, and there's a lot of things that we are missing. You know what I'm saying? Like as I said, things and time has changed, but principle hasn't changed. It remained the same way. We need to be corrected if we are wrong or doing something out of the, you know what I'm saying? So we have to just know, stay focused, do the right thing, raise the community and the family the good way for good results.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's like food. You're cooking and you don't use a lot of spice. The food, it may comes out, you know what I'm saying? You will enjoy, but you want to enjoy with, you know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing with word sound. We have to be real to ourselves, make sure we do the right thing, we say the right things, I was raised that way. It's not saying we are not perfect, but we need to step up the game, if we see something misunderstood, everything we can correct, and we move on again,
And
so
this question. Sorry.
go ahead.
This question is for all of you guys. In terms of, I know that you're all entertainers, but in terms of your own community where you reside, where you are domiciled, what kind of community activities have you been seeing, or you want to be a part of, or you want to implement to ensure that you take young people off the streets and give them an alternative, show them the alternative lifestyle that they can live to reduce the level of crime where you reside?
Well, first of all, as a singer or as a chanter or as a poet or, as we said before, mentor for people. It's not where you should reside. If you're gonna mentor, first of all, we are the first mentor, and we are the first that the community and your environment see or hear. So it's like we are the first teacher, because word sound is the highest. Music, it's like the quickest thing to teach somebody or to deliver a message. So when we connect, we have to just deliver the right things and say the right things and do the right things, because the next generation, they follow. You understand me? So
That's
if if we set a bad example, they will follow the bad example. Because there's a lot of bad example setting nowadays. It's like we don't acknowledge it, or we don't pay attention. But it is. But then where do we go from here? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm also affiliated with community gathering, building community, all these things for the youths. And, involving youth communities like sports, etc., school programs. And as you all know, my farming, I work with the youths a lot because a lot of youths, they say, oh, Jamie, so I don't have no money for go to school, or my mother don't have no money. And I say, all right, come give me a 1 week or come give me a couple of days and me see if me can fix that issue. And then, we move on from there. But as we say, there's a lot to fix, but we have to have more time and more, word sound for the youth. So results, we get good results, which is positive result instead of negative results.
That's right. Of course, inclusion of the young people in, just regular day-to-day activities, as you said, on your farm. And, you other guys, are there ways that you also are including them and involving them in, the activities that you do in your communities, in your streets? Sometimes you just need to take it street by street, village by village, to reach the young people. Have you been seeing the outreach, not just of yourself, but of course of the older persons in the community as well? Are they making efforts to reach out to the young people to ensure that they give them the right and positive messages?
Yeah, man, we do what we can do. Yes, definitely. Yes, Baba, go ahead.
Yes, well, as Mason said before, we as artists, it's our role and responsibility, because as well as the singers and players of instruments, my springs are in these. So music is a powerful thing and as a godly thing. And not for the youths, them look up to us. So it's our responsibility to bring that awareness, bring that truth. What other message would we bring? Righteousness, exalt a nation. So, yes, in my community. Yeah.
Yeah, because
so
at the end of the day, we've been through a lot too, because these are those who've been through great tribulation, but we still correct. You know what I mean? As what Baba said, we still correct the way of life, like to go smooth instead of go the negative or branch off or, you know what I'm saying, go the other way. But as Baba said, the youth, them look up to us, and we are, you know what I'm saying, the teachers and the guidance and to lead them in the way of righteousness and the pathway of right, yeah.
And if you were to send a message this morning, to all the villages that raise the children, the village that raised you and the village that will raise those that are coming up, if you were to send a strong message to them this morning, what would your words of encouragement be to the villages that are responsible for bringing up our children?
The same thing. Well, these are those who've been through great tribulation.
Yeah, man. Let's encourage higher standards of living, and we need to nourish the roots so the fruits them could have bud. That's my saying. Nourish the roots them so the plants them could have blossom. Encourage the youth them to plant food, respect one another. Because in my community where I'm from, St. Joseph, I'm from East Trinidad, which I believe is the first capital of Trinidad and Tobago. So not Trinidad and Tobago, sorry, but Trinidad. So in my community, there's a community council. I'm not part of it, but I'm close to members, and they have programs where they teach the youths how to cook, teach the youths how to bake. There's a fitness class. They have a computer literate program. So yeah, these are the things we love that, and we applaud that, and it's all about peace and love, unity, substance, education, informing the youth, educating the youth, them. And as I say, as a musician, as a reggae artist, we are really trying to show the youth them and the whole masses them to live a Christ life. So that's the mission and that's the purpose. Because if you listen, from since I was a youth, I listened to Jamison. So I'm proud to be a part now on a project now with Jamison. It's a blessing. I always look up to Jamison as a youth, and now here I am
a grown man now on a project with John Mason, so it's a blessing. So the music is really to inspire the youths them to really live a Christ life.
Yes, King.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Really, really powerful words there, of course. And Jahvello, is there anything else that you would like to share before we close?
Yeah. Well, you see the song, Real Unity Medley, it says it all. And like the lyrics and all, this song will give you the fullness. Everybody who did a contribution, Jamison, Norrisman, Mr. Royal, Daniel Bless.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and the whole team Jalano give the whole essence, and that will really make the thing push forward too, because the message is so strong and it's so real, And we need more projects like this and putting the music more to the forefront. It's love and unity. Yeah. That says it all.
Yes, sir.
It's fun. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Studio, big up
Guys,
all
it
the
was really,
artists
really
who are
amazing
involved.
talking to you this morning. And I'm happy that we had this conversation and that we were able to touch on some of the points that are very important. One, the village, very, very important. We need that village to continue to raise our children and to raise our communities. Two, we have to take a personal responsibility for our choices. And I'm happy that came out in the conversation as well. And also, we have to continue to provide alternatives and opportunities for people. If we see somebody in our community who is just doesn't even understand what their purpose is or what they're doing, just, draft them in and get them involved in something as simple as a home garden, as simple as going to somebody's yard and let me collect the garbage for you. Forming relationships is very, very important. And I feel as if all of this came out in this conversation this morning. So I'm really, really happy that we were able to talk about this, especially holding the position of influence that you guys have as artists. And we know people look up to you. So I'm happy they were able to hear all of this coming from you guys this morning. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on our show this morning and for inspiring and motivating our listeners and those who are out there living a life of crime, that there is a chance to turn around. There's a chance to turn your life around and to live a Christ-centered life, as you mentioned, Daniel Boss. And I'm blessed. I'm happy to hear that this morning. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and stay blessed, stay strong, and continue to sing the positive songs that you sing and to reach the lives of those who need to be touched this morning. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying with us even up until this point where we were speaking with some of our reggae artists in Jamaica and here in Trinidad and Tobago as they brought information as to how they live their lives in terms of being entertainers and what it takes, calling for, of course, the crime to go down in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean region. We need to live peaceable. Why can't I say the word this morning? Life, wherever we are. We want to live in peace. We want to live in harmony with each other. And we just want to create opportunities for each other and show love, most importantly. And remember, the responsibility really is yours. So take responsibility for your actions and think before you make certain decisions. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations this morning. And as we go for a break, we invite you to help us. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. We'll be right back.
Let's listen to each other.
Now I'm on the road to healing, and it's a joyful feeling. No giving up, 'cause joy is with us. So many lives been taken. Let's just be strong and awaken. No giving up. Go on, live it up. Jahvello, come tell them.
Well, you can't come stress about the things we can't change. Try my best to do good always, but me don't perfect, me have me bad ways. Jah love keep I and I say. Memories are there to remain, some of joy and many of pain. Still one thing remains the same, we know we will rise again.
Now where are my thinkers? We need answers. We need to set it right for the youngsters. Cultivate growth in diverse sectors. Focus on issues and matters. So where are my thinkers? We need answers. We need to set it right for the youngsters. Cultivate growth in diverse sectors. Focus on issues and matters. Switch up the gear, launch like nuclear. Turn on the flame like a petrochin flare. Can't stop the fire they round here. Burn out the eagle and the dragon and the bear. Man a conquering lion, so you know me no fear, yo. Rastafari and me shield and spear. Now stop chant till wickedness disappear. More love and unity me